The courtroom smells like varnish and old paper. I'm counting my breaths. In for 4, hold, out for 6. My wife doesn't look at me. Neither does her sister. They sit behind their attorney like polished statues, hands folded, mouths tight. Practiced. They think this is over. They think I'm already dead. The bailiff adjusts his collar, clears his throat. All rise for the judge. Everyone stands. I don't. Not right away. Because the last time someone told me to stand, it was at baggage claim. After my first chemotherapy session, when my legs wouldn't lock. I see it again. The fluorescent lights. The carousel spinning empty promises. My phone buzzing once. Then silence. I stand now. Slowly. Deliberately. The judge enters. My wife finally looks at me. She smiles. That's when I know she still doesn't understand what this is about. They left me there. That's the sentence that never stops repeating. Not, we argued. Not, we needed space. They left me. My wife said she'd park the car. Her sister said she'd grab water. They never came back. Hours passed. The chemo burned through my veins like acid. My hand shook. My vision tunneled. People walked around me as if I were luggage that lost its tag. I didn't call them again. I already knew. Betrayal doesn't announce itself. It confirms what your body figured out weeks ago. The nights she slept facing the wall. The sudden interest in my prognosis. The way her parents stopped calling once the word terminal floated into the room. When the stranger found me, I was sitting on the floor, back against a pillar, watching the carousel spin. He wore a charcoal coat, too expensive to be accidental. He asked my name like it mattered. He paid for a hotel, then a nurse, then a private oncologist. I didn't ask why. People don't help like that unless they're lonely, guilty, or dying. He visited sometimes, never stayed long, never talked about himself. When he died, his lawyer called. That's when my wife came back. She said she'd been scared. Scared people run. Predators calculate. I watched her carefully after that. The way she asked about the will before asking about my pain. The way her parents suddenly wanted dinner. The way her sister avoided my eyes like she'd already spent the money. I said nothing. Instead, I listened. Phone records told me who she'd been calling during my treatments. Credit card statements showed hotel rooms in cities I'd never been to. I learned restraint from cancer. You don't rush things when your cells are already mutinying. The stranger's lawyer sent documents. Trusts. Shell companies. A final letter. He admired my endurance, it said. He saw himself in me. The number at the bottom didn't feel real. $50.5 million. That's when the lawsuit arrived. My wife claimed emotional distress. Her parents claimed undue influence. They said I manipulated a dying man. I let them. In court, they painted me as weak, as lucky, as temporary. I watched my wife cry on cue. I wondered who taught her that trick. The truth arrived quietly. A private investigator's envelope. A DNA report. A bank transfer timeline. The stranger wasn't a stranger. He was my wife's biological father. A man her mother erased to marry safer money. He'd watched from a distance. Funded scholarships. Paid off debts anonymously. Built an empire that never touched their name. Until me. He found me at baggage claim because he'd been looking for her. And she'd abandoned me. Like she'd abandoned him. I handed my attorney the file. Then I handed my wife a copy. No words. She read. Her face emptied. That's the thing about truth. It doesn't shout. It hollows. She opened her mouth. I raised a finger. Once. She closed it. The judge listened. The bailiff stood like stone. My attorney spoke gently, methodically. Each sentence a measured incision. The will was airtight. The DNA undeniable. The truth cruel. My wife's parents aged 10 years in 10 minutes. Her sister started to cry. Real tears this time. My wife didn't move. She stared at me like she was seeing a ghost that refused to disappear. The judge ruled. Dismissed the claims. Awarded costs. Issued warnings. I stood. I walked past them. My wife whispered my name. I didn't stop. Power isn't volume. It's absence. Outside, the air is cold and clean. I breathe without counting. Cancer taught me what matters. Betrayal taught me who doesn't. The stranger left me more than money. He left me proof that I was seen, that I endured, that I wasn't disposable. My wife is still behind me, trapped in a room where the truth finally arrived on time. I don't look back. Some people walk away richer. I walked away finished.